Okay, it's still early season golf here. When you come out to the course, it's a good time to think about your basic fundamentals. You know, in golf, often just a minor adjustment can lead to a pretty major improvement. And, you know, whenever you have a good golfer playing well, often they attribute that to their grip and that they got the club balanced and they're holding on to it just the right way. With the grip, it's very important. I want to talk about the left hand. With the left hand, you want the pad of your left hand, that really needs to be up on top of the club. All right, this puts the club into your fingers, and when the pad is up on top, this now allows that club to hinge straight up and straight down, and that's what we're trying to do with our grip. We want to get our hand on there the right way that creates a working hinge with the wrist. So if you get your pad, a lot of us end up with our pad underneath, not on top. It ends up underneath. So with this, you can't support the club anymore, and it's very hard to hinge it straight up and straight down. This is putting a big strain on my tendons in here, and I really can't even support the club. The only way I can hinge now is side to side. And this leads to early release, it leads to flipping your wrists, and it leads to bad golf shots. So when you're coming out here, especially early in the season, if your grip's on there the right way, you have a shot here of hitting some good golf shots. Get the pad up on top with your left hand. That'll create support, and your wrist can hinge up and down. Now, as you might have known, we have a new fleet of carts this year, and those carts have come equipped with sand bottles. And I've talked with Ash, and I just kind of want to relay what we want to see with these sand bottles. In the early season, late season, when the ground has some moisture in it still, if you take a divot that's fully intact and you can get to it relatively easy, go ahead and put the divot back and step on it and maybe sprinkle a little sand around the edges. But when the turf is still wet, we want those big divots back in their hole. Now, if the divot you take isn't very big and then the divot didn't go where you can put it back, then go ahead and just fill the hole with sand. Also, during the summer, when things start to brown out a little bit and the ground's drier, if you put that divot back, it's not going to take. And then what happens is the fairway unit will come over and it'll just chop that divot up. So when we start to get some hot, dry weather, we're going to use a lot more of the sand. But for now, when the ground's got some moisture in the divot, if you see it intact and you can get it back in the hole, that's really what we want to see. Use the sand as kind of a backup plan. As the summer months come along, the sand is going to become the more dominant way to take care of the divots.